Week 4 of the National Football League. And center stage belongs to Matthew Stafford. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. On the counter, this is Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. A play fake. Now Penix. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Weaver. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Penix to the air once more. And he's got it. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Drake London. His 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense. Now signal to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers, because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 17 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Lyman can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Now it's Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And this one complete to Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their 1st quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage on that play by A.J. Terrell. Now a 2nd and 10. When you look at this defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem? When they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs, None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 18 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. To the air, Penix. He finds his man, complete. It's Weber. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. They'll throw with Penix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Algier will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go play action here with Penix. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. That was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Robinson, touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Coup for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Stafford. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Penix. It's caught. Smith. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. Results in a first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And a route is on here in this first half.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Complete to Cooper Kupp. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 2 yards to go, second down.
At the 38-yard line.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That's good. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing is Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Second and 9. Here's Stafford. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. On fourth down, Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. And looking to throw, Penix. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home team who are out in front. A touchdown run for Kenneth Walker. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Mike Evans with a touchdown catch from Baker Mayfield. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Stafford now to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Complete to Nicole Hardman. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Back to throw, Stafford. Pressure comes and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion. Up on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think, with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right at the 35. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and running back Bijan Robinson set to take over once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 82 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Penix working out of the gun here. Complete. Smith has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Bijan Robinson. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now, because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air. As we take you through some of the action from earlier, this secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Stafford completes it to Hardman. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This now a 3rd and 4. They'll throw with Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a pickup of 6. Here's Penix. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Robinson up the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play results in a 1st down.
To the air, Penix. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Robinson.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Now Penix. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Escaping the pressure. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though, 3rd and long. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Stafford. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And that will be incomplete. Good coverage on that play by A.J. Terrell.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Now 2nd and 5. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A give left side to Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
To throw is Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Stafford. And this is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing is Stafford. And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Stafford. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Kaiser White.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken it around the 40. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Throwing to start the drive. Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But not only is this defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one, and even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for our visitors, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles...